Hi guys, Harry here. Welcome to Scrap Science. Alrighty, just before the video begins, I had a couple of things I want to mention. First of which being that this video was actually filmed quite a while ago, more than a month ago, while I was in the middle of packing up my lab. You can see the bench is now clear of all my stuff, and now we've just got a bunch of other stuff on it which was stored elsewhere previously. I was in the middle of packing up the lab because I was about to go to university, as I think I mentioned in this video. Sadly, for reasons which I hope are pretty clear, all of my university studies have moved online, so I can actually stay home. Basically, in the process of moving out, moving back in, and doing university studies alongside that over the past month or so, I haven't had the chance to edit this video, nor have I had any chance to reset up the lab or make any more videos. So that's why I haven't really uploaded lately. Hopefully, I've got a little bit more time for the next couple of weeks, so hopefully I'll be able to put together a couple of videos soon. But yes, while I won't upload particularly often, I've got a few good ideas for the next few videos over the next few weeks for Scrap Science, so you can look forward to that. But onto the video. It's pretty simple, not very interesting update video. I was kind of in a rush to make it that month ago when I was doing the whole packing up thing, but you clicked on it, so So nearly a couple of months ago, I restarted the making heavy water project, in which I'm electrolysing down large volumes of water in the hope to concentrate deuterium, or heavy water, to like a reasonable concentration. And I promised in that video that I'd make an update video in about a month, so here we are, nearly 2 months later. I'm making that update video. This update video is going to be pretty short because basically all I'm going to be doing is packing up this heavy water generator for now, because I'm going off to university in a few days and I won't be able to be here to actually look after this project for quite a few months. So I'm going to have to pause the progress that we've made in concentrating heavy water and just kind of come back to it at a later date. There's two main things that I want to mention about the generator as it's been running so far over the last couple of months. The first thing I want to talk about is the current. I said in the last video that I wanted to get a whole 10 amps of current flowing through these 4 cells, and that would have been ideal because it would have electrolysed down our water very fast. However, that definitely hasn't happened. The current has pretty much steadily dropped off over the past couple of months as the water volume's gone down to about 1 amp, as you can see. And I simply haven't had time to fix up the cells to bring that current up, and so we've just left it running. Well, I guess on average it would have been running at about 1.5 to 2 amps through the whole 2 months. The reason for this really low current is mainly not due to the reduction of the volume, because really we've only decreased the surface area that the electrodes are touching the solution by half, so we'd only expect to see half the current that we were getting initially, and that initial current was like 6 amps or something, I can't really remember. What it actually is, took out the cells to have a look at them every now and again, and I noticed that the cathode, right, the iron pipe that we were using, the steel pipe seemed to form like this black powder over the surface, which was like kind of like a passivation layer over the cathode, which isn't something you normally see on the cathode, especially in an electrolytic cell, but it happened anyway. I think initially that was due to the fact that I used regular water rather than distilled water for the cells, which wasn't a very smart idea. But obviously next time I'll just have to clean off the electrodes and try my best to use very clean water, and hopefully we won't get that passivation effect on the cathode. I'll show you what's actually happening when we take out the cells a little bit later in the video. The second thing I wanted to talk about was how much water we've actually destroyed through this process in the last couple of months. You'll notice if we actually have a look at the cell, initially we were filled right up to the top, or nearly, so these are 2 litre containers. We had nearly 2 litres of water in each one of these, nearly 8 litres in total, maybe 7.5 or something like that. And as you can see, in the container we've destroyed about half of that water. So per cell we've gotten rid of about a litre worth of water. Now for the pretty low current that we've been running the cells at, that does seem pretty good, the amount of water that we've gotten rid of. So I was a little bit worried that most of it was due to evaporation. So I did the calculations anyway, given an average current over the past 2 months of about maybe 1.5 or 2 amps, we should have destroyed per cell around about a bit over 600 millilitres. So maybe 300, 350, 400 millilitres might be due to evaporation. I mean, it's hard to tell what the average current is that we were running through the cell for the past 2 months because it's been changing all the time. But I think we have lost quite a bit of water to evaporation, mainly due to, I had to put a hole in each one of the lids in order to get the cell in there, and also relieve pressure because we are generating gas on the outsides of these cells as well. So gas has to leave the outside of the system rather than just going straight through into the inner bubbler. Obviously this loss due to evaporation is pretty bad. I mean, losing 400 millilitres of water per cell is quite a bit of water lost, but in these early stages it doesn't matter so much. I mean, worst case scenario, losing 400 millilitres per cell, we still have enriched the concentration of deuterium in this water from 1 part in 6,400 all the way to maybe at least 1 part in 4,300, something like that, which is pretty significant. In the future, when I come back to this project, I'm going to have to redesign the cells just so that we don't lose any water to evaporation, or we minimise that loss, especially for the future stages of enrichment where evaporation is actually a big problem. We'll get to that eventually though. But that's about all I have to say for this update. We started with 8 litres of water 2 months ago. We reduced that volume partially by electrolysis and partially by evaporation down to 4 litres, and hopefully the electrolysis portion of that reduction has enriched the deuterium content of our 4 litres of water to an appreciable point. And the future stages will continue enriching or reducing the volume of the water to enrich the deuterium content further, and hopefully we might actually get some heavy water eventually. But I'll go ahead and dismantle the cells now because I have to pack all of this up, and we will store our solution, which should be enriched in deuterium, until we can enrich it further. Just taking a couple of these cells out, you can see on the iron surface, our cathode, this one's gone white, but it's getting covered in this it's kind of hard to get off, but this kind of black, in this case it's kind of grey, but this kind of black soot kind of thing, which seems to be non-conductive and was hindering our current flow. And like I said before, that's probably due to the fact that I wasn't using distilled water, but in the future times that we will concentrate more water, I will be using distilled water next time, so that won't matter. Yep, all the cells just seem to be covered in this powder, but oh well, fix that next time. Opening the tubs, we see that everything has gone pretty well. All the solutions are pretty clear. I mean, they have been open to air, so some little bits have fallen in, but everything looks pretty good. And there we are, a little bit less than 4 litres worth of our slightly enriched in heavy water solution. As I said before, I will come back to this project and continue electrolysis, continue enriching the heavy water content of this water, but till then, see you later.